take a comfortable seat and introduce to you, to your breath, your inside body. Okay, so go ahead and sit up nice and tall, draw a breath in, bring it in, and exhale. And the next time you breathe in deeper and let go. Let go of the breath completely and entirely. Okay, notice how you're breathing in. Is it coming through your nose or your mouth today? Notice how you're breathing out. Is it rushed? Or can it just fall? Can it just fall like the sediment of thoughts in our brain? Being curious instead of comparing, being curious instead of berating ourselves when we fall short, starts with observation. Let's observe. Let's observe. Just draw your hands in front of you like cups, like chalices, and just let your eyes float open. Notice your hands. Notice the spaces between your fingers, if you have any. Notice the lines on your palm. Notice the tips of your fingers. And then take your palms and just let them lift up. Keep looking at them. Keep watching them. As you draw your arms up, 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 let them continue to float upwards. Maybe turn the palms together now. And notice the difference of just looking and observing. Okay, observe now the right arm coming over to the right side. Watch it float all the way over. And then take that energy, let it lift up again, almost like you are kind of creating this aura around you. And then watch your other arm come down. See the fingers, everything around it moves. And then back up again. Observing before even considering anything. What an interesting way to look at things. Go ahead and bring your hands to heart center. Allow the breath to be a little deeper again. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. And release. Okay, we're going to come onto our hands and knees to start our practice today. So I invite you to come into a tabletop position and scoot your apparatus around you. You might want to just have your blocks placed at the top of your mat. And then let the hands float forward again. Observe them again. Push down into the pads of your fingers. Curl your toes under. And then take your left leg and extend it all the way to the back. And then push the heel away from the head. Okay. And then bring the body weight forward a little bit. Okay. And now take the leg and lift it. Okay. Just pause here. Go ahead and bend the knee. Pause here. Extend the leg again. And then bring the knee under the body. Okay. Tapping into our strength right at the top of our practice. Okay. Curl the other toe under. Extend it. Push the heel away from the body. Feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Okay. And then just move the body forward slightly. Pick up that leg. Okay. Using the muscles in the leg. And then bend the knee. Pause here. Extend the leg. And then draw it down. Okay. And then just give yourself a little sway of the hips and the shoulders. Just get into the body a little more. Maybe you'll take a cat and a cow in a way that feels good for your body. Kind of a wake up, wake up. Okay, we're going to tap into the core in a deeper way now. Okay, hands pretty wide. Take the back leg, extend it. Okay, we're going to lift the leg again. Pause. Bend the knee again. Pause. Okay, and then without moving the torso at all, you're just going to swing from the hips and bring your knee under your body and then draw it up. Okay, so starting the fire in the belly, and then take the knee across towards the other wrist and then back up again. Okay, and then just take the knee out wide and come to the elbow on the same side and then come back out again. And then bring the knee back on the ground. And then we're going to do the other side. Take the leg out again. Okay, lift it. bend the knee, pause here, swinging from the hip, bring the knee under the body, and then extend. We're going to see this again in the practice. Good. Take that knee across to the wrist and then bring it back up again. And then take the knee towards the elbow on the same side and then come back up again. And then bring the knee down to the earth. Go ahead and take those cats and cows or body movement again. And then you're going to just curl the toes under, walk your hands to your knees and widen your knees. Okay, so you're widening your knees almost like you're getting ready to go into child's pose, but we're not. Okay, we're going to stay here for a breath. Inhale, exhale. Nice. Walk yourself forward again. Grab one or two of your blocks, totally up to you. We're going to use them to help us lift. So you're just going to bring them to either side. And then I'm pushing into my arms and I'm holding on to my blocks with my hands, and I can walk them back a little bit here and lift up. Okay, so I'm on the balls of my feet. My knees are wide. Okay, so I'm getting used to this idea of wide open hips. We're going to come back to this. Okay, and then pause here, take a breath in. Exhale. Nice. Just lean the body forward. Use your arms to help you come up, 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 and bring your feet on the ground just about a fist distance away from each other. Okay, so nice stretch through the calves, through the hamstrings here. Not a big strain on the shoulders as the arms are reaching downwards. Good. Stay here for a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Bend the knees. Okay. Walk your blocks up, up, up. And now come into kind of like a long back as you pick up your tailbone and feel that stretch a little deeper now. So inching our way towards what feels like, what will look like downward facing dog. Okay. You may want to bend your knees again and walk your blocks up again. Okay, be mindful. Okay, I'm going to bring them on my long side. I like them better like that when they're far away. And then I'm just going to hang out in this downward facing dog. It's modified with the block. So you feel a little safety here. Okay, take a breath in, exhale. Heels can be down or up, doesn't matter. Good. And then bend the knees. You're going to take that front leg or your left leg. For me, I'm going to lift it up again. So make it a little easy to have three-legged dog with the blocks. And then once again, I'm going to bring the knee under the body, and then I'm going to bring it out again. And then I'm going to bring the knee across the body to the opposite elbow and then out again. And then I'm going to take the knee to the same side elbow and then back again. Now you can do this on your knees like we did at the beginning of the practice. And we're all coming back to downward facing dog, or be on your knees. Other leg comes up. So here we go again. And you're going to bring the knee under the body and then back. Okay, take the knee across the body and then back and up. And then the knee to the same side elbow and then back again. And then come back to downward facing dog. Okay, in this downward facing dog, go ahead and pedal your heels. Okay, feel the length of the back of the legs. And then start to walk your feet out wide, wide to the mat. And then just settle here. Settle here. Swing the hips a little bit. You're going to feel the outer edge of the hips, even into the IT band. And then bend your knees and then walk your hands back to your body. Okay, no blocks. And then roll your spine up, up, up. And you're going to float the body up into standing as the arms reach up again. Okay, take them and just slowly draw them around. Okay, you can do this a couple times. Reach up and then reach back. Okay, just nice stretch for the shoulders. Again, reach up and then reach back. This time, reach up, interlace the fingers, push the palms up to the ceiling, lengthen and slide your body back. Okay, stay here with that front fascial stretch. And then bring your hands back to your thighs and then start to slide the hips back. We're coming into a little sumo squat here. Okay, so again, if you want to feel a little bit of a slinkiness to it, go ahead, start to think about opening up through the hips because that's where we're going. Okay, you can stay here, you can bring your elbows onto your thighs. So now I got a little bit of a squat going on in a bigger way, right? Dropping the hips, feeling the openness. You can stay here for a breath. Exhale. Nice. And then you're going to just roll yourself up again. Okay. And then toe heel your feet close together again. And then inhale the arms up again. Pause here. Take a seat now. And as you come up, I want you to push up through the left foot, pick up the right, and then come back down again. So we're coming into hips. That hinging motion becomes really important through life, but also through this practice, right? You always want to think, how can I always get up by myself? How can I do that from seated to standing? Okay, now we're going to play with a little bit of balance just to get into that. Okay, lift the leg, hold it, trust yourself, look forward, and then start to lean forward. Trust yourself to step forward into a high lunge. Okay, so you got that. Good. Take a breath in. Feel a nice stretch through the hip flexor in the back. Inhale, exhale. Good. And then drop the back heel from the ground to the ground. Now you're in warrior one. The heart is forward here. Take a breath in. Let's open the arms up here. Okay. And then extend the hands back. Okay. You have two options. You can bring them onto your buttock or you can interlace the fingers again. And then send the fingers all the way to the back. Good. Stay here for a breath. Okay. And when we fall and pick ourselves back up again, isn't that a little sense of dignity, a little sense of humbleness? Let's come to humble warrior. Go ahead and draw yourself down, down, down. You can bring the arms up, 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 or if you want to just come into kind of a bowing sensation with the arms not behind you, that's fine too. You choose. Take a breath in. Good. And then scoop yourself back up again. Lengthen the front leg. So now your legs are long on either side. Good. Take a breath in, lift up, pick up the heel, square the hips, and then bring your hands back to your heart. Okay, now we're going to go back. Okay, so we step forward. We're going to go back, which means we're going to need some energy from the ground. Watch if you need to. I'm going to drop down, push into that front leg, and slide back. Okay, you can do this. I know you can. Okay, balance standing. It's a big one. Let's have our hands to the heart. Breathe in. Good. Exhale. You're going to take a deep bend in the front leg. Fire up that, sorry, deep bend in the back leg. Fire up the front leg and step back. Look at that. Power, power. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink back down. Okay, we're going to do that all over again. We're going to rise up with one leg, plant the other, and then back down. Okay, find that place of hinging. Okay, find that place of safety, of security, of knowing that if you go down, you can come back up. Good. Ooh, lift up. Good. The next one, you're going to hold. So now it's my right leg forward. Pause here. Stay here with the breath. Okay, trust yourself. Look forward at your dristy. You're going to start to lean forward, take that step forward again. And we're in high lunge. You can take the arms apart here. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale. Okay. Big hip opener through that back left leg. Drop the back heel again. Come back to warrior one. Take the arms, open them up, and take them either to the top of your buttocks or interlace the fingers and draw them to the heel. Lift the heart. Inhale. Nice. And down we go again, right? Because we know we go down, we can come back up again with power, okay? With learning. Stay here for another breath. Exhale. Trust the ground below you. Push into the front leg, lengthen it, lift up, 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 up. Now I've got a long front leg giving me that stability lift the heel again, square the hips again. Okay, we're going to have our hands to heart center. And again, we're going to step back with that balance, right? So I'm going to drop down and then push off the front leg. Drop down, use the power in that front leg to step back. Nice. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees here again. Toe heel your feet out to the side again. Now we're going to go a little deeper in that squat. Elbows on the thighs. You can come all the way down here, keeping the elbows on on your thighs, lengthening through the spine, and you can float down to garland pose if you like. If you really want a little seat with this, you can sit back onto your block. Okay, I like this. I like sitting on the block, gives me like this sensation that I can squat. I can take that pain away and make it work. Breath in, exhale. Nice. Bring your fingertips to the ground wherever you are. Okay, even if you're standing, put your fingers. And all I want you to do is kind of rock on your feet, forward and back. Forward and back. Just get that sensation of moving forward and back. Nice. Pause here. Lift up. Take a stretch through the back of the legs. Belly button to spine. Drop the head and shoulders. Good. Stay here for another breath. Yep. And then walk your hands forward all the way to downward facing dog again in that wide stance, with or without the blocks. Up to you. Okay, stay here for a breath. Feel a beautiful stretch through the back of the legs. I like this this wide down dog. And just swing your hips side to side again. Feel the stretch move to the outer edge of the legs. Okay, good. Stay here for a breath. Inhale, exhale. Nice. Bend both knees, look forward. Okay, you can either drop to the knees and swing the left foot forward, or you can bend the knees and propel the left foot forward. We're back in lunge, but very wide lunge, very wide lunge. Okay, if you want to shimmy that back leg a little further back, think about lifting the chest now. So rising from the strength of your legs. Good. And then bend drop the back knee. Okay, so coming into a low lunge. Let's take a big twist. Take the left hand on the left thigh or knee, and then inhale, twist to the inside of that leg. Okay, and then take the arm, reach it up, and see about lying back in this. Can you feel a little more stretch through the back or, yeah, through the knee on the ground, through that hip? Reach back if you feel you can. Either grab the hand on the buttock and push the hips a little further forward. Okay, just increasing the space. Good. Stay here for a breath. Okay, very protected in a lower spine. Nice. Take your heart back to center. Slowly find your way back to center. Bring both hands to the inside of your front foot. You can either use your block in the inner part of the mat and just bring your elbows to the block in any way, shape, or form, and just draw yourself inwards here. Okay, big breath in. Exhale. Nice. If you feel you want to pick up that back knee at this point, you go right ahead. It's a big stretch, big hip opener here. Stay here for another breath. Exhale. Nice. Just walk yourself back up again. Okay, if you want to use your blocks, go ahead. Bend the back knee. Come in only about halfway in this modified pyramid pose. Okay, pick up the tailbone, draw your legs, pull them together, and then draw the head down, down, down. Brace the breath. Exhale. Nice. Put a bend in that front knee. Okay, I'm going to use my blocks because we're going to take that front leg back again into a wide downward facing dog again, with or without the blocks, totally up to you. Okay, and then just swing your hips up here, side to side. Okay, again, feeling the movement, okay, the stretch going from the inner thigh to the outer thigh. Good. Stay here for another breath. Exhale. Okay, two ways to get into lunge. You can drop right to the knees and swing that back leg or that right leg forward, or you can bend both knees and then step forward with the right. So same thing. Oh, shimmy that back leg a little further back. We're going to drop the knee again. Okay, take your hand on the right thigh or knee and then turn inside towards the thigh. Okay, start to feel that back hip open up a little more. Take a breath in, exhale. Nice. Take the arm, scoop it around you. Okay, you can either reach back, stay there, or you can have the hand on the lower spine and lift and move towards the hand. Okay, just find that little more space there. Breath in, exhale. Nice. Take yourself back to center safely. Okay. And then we're going to just take the block, or you can come right down to the ground if you have that kind of flexibility. Great. Okay. I'm going to use my block. I'm going to come onto that block with my elbows and stay here. Okay. If you feel you can curl the back toe under and lift the knee off the ground and still stay on your elbows, go ahead. You can also turn that block a little higher to create a little more of a perch here for you. Okay, wherever you are, exactly where you should be. Breathe, inhale, exhale. Nice. And then from wherever you are, you're going to walk yourself back up into that lunge. Pause here. Bend the back knee, lift the knee if it's not lifted, and then bend it, step back in about halfway into that modified pyramid pose. Breath in and breathe through the legs into the hips. Nice. Bend both knees. This time you're going to step forward into a forward fold. Okay, bring your hands to your thighs, come halfway up, bend the knees, push into the feet, root to rise, come all the way up, up, up. And then bring your hands to heart center. Pause here. I feel the heat created in the body. Notice, be a witness, and then release the arms. Then come to either side, give them a little shake, and I invite you to take a drink now. Take a drink into some hydration. Right, we're going to come back to the tops of our mat and come through a flow. I'm going to come back into the core movement. Remember the knee in 3 times? It's the same thing. You can do this on your knees and hands. Okay. So come back to the top of your mat. Okay. Bend your knees, give yourself a little shake, and then pull up that earth energy all the way up. Draw the arms up. Inhale. Good. And then take a bow. Exhale, forward fold. Fingertips to the ground or to your shins. Inhale, halfway up. And then bend the knees, draw your hands to the ground, walk, step, or jump back into your high or low push up. And then we'll bend the elbows and scoop down and up to cobra. We're going to tuck in some back extensions here because they're just good for you. Okay, fingertips super wide. Keep the hips on the ground. Inhale and lift. Exhale, back down. Okay, 2 more times. Inhale and lift. Get used to the back body being strong. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back down again. Nice. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Okay, get the elbows together. Stay on the knees. Now, brace your core here. So I haven't even lifted off, but I'm pulling the rib cage together. I want to feel the knitting of my ribs. Can you feel that in the back body too? Okay, so you're not just strong in the front, it goes around you like a tight corset. Your corset. Bring the hands under the shoulders if they're not there already. Stay tight in the corset and then push yourself up and then curl the toes under and then slide the hips back and come into your downward facing dog again. Okay, so we went from many variations to this same posture. I'm in full down dog. You can have your hands on the blocks if that's easier. Okay, you can bring your knees down and do this in a tabletop position. Wherever you are, we're going to take the right leg or the back leg and lift it to the back corner of the room. And here we go, 3 times. Body comes in. That's a full plank now. Knee is hovered. Exhale, bring it out. Turn the knee towards the opposite elbow and then back out again. And then the knee to the outside elbow and then back out again. And then we come to downward facing dog. Okay. Bend the knees, look forward, walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat. Okay. Halfway up. And then all the way up. Rise up, reach up. Come on. Spread the body front, back, center, side. And then bring your hands back to heart center. Okay. We're going to do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Fingertips to the ground or to your shins. Inhale, halfway up. Yeah, bend the knees, push into the feet as you walk back into your high or low plank. And then we'll bend the elbows to come to chaturanga through to cobra. Bring the fingertips out wide again. Let's take those back extensions. Inhale and lift. Exhale. Good. Couple more. Inhale and lift. Exhale. One more time. Inhale and lift. Feel the back body strong as you come back down. Bring your hands under your shoulder. Now let's get the core engaged here. When you knit your rib cage in, can you feel almost like your belly button coming off the ground? It might, probably isn't, but you should feel like it's kind of pulling to the back body. Okay, stay with the tightness, stay with that tension in the torso. Elbows up towards the ceiling, on the knees, push up in a reverse push up. Okay, that is not easy to do. Curl the toes under again, send the hips back up to the heels, and bring yourself back to downward facing dog. Your version, okay, whatever it is. If you want to be on your knees, you go right ahead. We're going to take the other leg, the left leg, extend it to 3-legged dog. Okay, bring the knee under the body. Bring it back. Okay, and then to the other elbow. And bring that back. Okay, knee to the same side elbow. And then back again. Downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. This time, you're going to walk your feet to the middle of your mat, meet your hands at the same time, and then roll through the spine. Float yourself up, up, up. Inhale and lift. Hands come back to heart center and release. Okay, we're going to come into standing balance now, and we're going to use the block as a perch. Okay, our blocks are going to be our perches the whole time. Okay, so the block is in the center between my feet. Okay, and we're going to use our arms a little differently, coming into what'll kind of look like tree pose. Okay, so fire up it's my right, might be your left, and then take your other toe and just perch it up onto the block. Okay, so the degree to which you're on that block is up to you. I'm suggesting make it light. Same arm comes up. Same arm comes up. The other arm goes out to the side. So now you're creating this big L. Okay, fire up, brace your core. Now, look at something in front of you that's not moving. Your drishti, really important. Okay, inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift. And then tap down. Inhale, lift. Now check this out. You're going to take that arm, bring it parallel to the ground. Inhale, lift. And then tap down. Okay, just a version of balance. That's all this is. And out again. Okay, one more time. Out and lift. Pause here. Okay, now you can have your toe on the ground for this. Okay, all you're going to do is open your knee out to the side, open the arms up to the side. Okay, so your knee could be up here or down on your perch. You can now bring your foot onto your inner calf, or you can have it on your perch. Okay, lots of variations. Stay here for another breath. You got this. Good. Bring the knee back, center, lift up, and then just tap down. Ooh, okay, so just another variation. Okay, so we're not comparing to what is traditional tree pose because we can rock it, right? That's a nice part of finding out that your mistakes aren't actually mistakes. Maybe it's your creative energy coming out, huh? Try that one. Okay, knee is up. Okay, this arm's lifted. I'm on my perch. We are just switching sides. Find your creative energy. The other arm comes out for balance. Okay, and we're just lifting and tapping. Lift and tap. Keep your eye on the prize. Lift and tap. Okay, now we're going to add the arm movement, bring it parallel to the ground. Inhale, lift and tap. Two more. Lift up and tap. You could keep your toe on the ground, or you can lift and then open it up, open the arm up. Okay, stay here for a breath. Okay, you can have your toe on your block, or you can bring your foot to your inner calf. Okay, stay here, breathe. Nice. You're going to bring that knee back up to center. Okay, and then release. Okay, give your legs a little shake. Okay, step out wide, 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 wide. We're going to come into a forward fold from here. Okay, so wide angle forward fold. Head and shoulders are long. Belly button to spine. Let it float down. Pause here for a breath. Nice. And then bend the knees. Okay. And then toe heel your feet together. Bring them in, bring them in, bring them in. And then round through the spine. Okay. And then reach up again. Okay. We're going into our big pose now, crow pose. And I'm going to show you lots of variations. Variation number one. This may seem a little easy to you until you try it. Okay. So one of the variations that I love is the wall. Okay, so I'm literally doing a wall squat, which in itself is difficult. I'm just lifting up through the heart and I'm floating down. I'm bringing my arms forward. Okay, and I'm just pushing the legs out and I'm increasing the intensity by keeping my legs wide. Okay, don't knock it till you try it. It's hard. Okay, and then you'll float yourself up. Okay, that's one variation. Another variation, okay, is by using two blocks for your feet. Okay, so it looks like this. You're going to come onto your blocks with your feet. Okay, you might have to widen them a little bit, make them turn almost like a little bit of a Y. Okay, so all you're going to do here is take the squat from up onto your blocks and then keep going. Okay, and just play around with that. Just play around with that. And now my heels are off the ground, and that's okay. This is one variation. Maybe you can even bring your hands to the ground. This is another variation. Okay, that's one. Another variation. Okay, are you confused? Can you believe how many variations there is to this? Okay, I like this one. Okay, it's the one I think that is almost close to the full variation. My block is back here. I'm going to take that squat down again. And again, whenever you're in a balance with your hands, the hands are like they're already in down dog. Okay, so you got to push down on here. Now I'm going to come up on my heels and come to the back of my arms. And I'm going to do my best to stay looking up. And I'm going to push into the back of my arms. This might be enough for you. Okay, it's a lot of core here. Option is to take your toes and perch them onto your block. That's going to give you a little height and make you feel a little vulnerable. Okay. And then maybe from here, you can pick up your toes or not. Okay. So, what are you going to choose? You want to try the wall for something different? Do you want to sit on your blocks with your feet? All you're going to do is try, because when you're trying, you're doing. Did you know that? When you're trying, you're doing. Okay. So if you're going to be using the block, I'm going to do this variation. Okay. You can have your feet on the blocks wherever you are, whatever you decide. We're going down together. Okay. Going to drop the heart, bring the hips back, and bring your hands either on the ground or with your fingertips. If you're standing on blocks, this is good. Okay. If you're standing on blocks, you're already higher up on the arms. Or you can squat right back, bring your hands to the ground, okay, and lift your heels to get your knees on the back of your arms. Okay, push down into the arms, look up. If you fall, it'll be okay. Okay, and maybe bring the toes off the ground onto your perch. Keep looking up and maybe lift the toes off the ground. Okay, totally up to you. Just try, just have some fun with it. Just have some fun with it. A lot of core work happening there. Okay, try it again. Whatever you're doing it right. Okay, lots of variations. I'm going to let you finish your current place. Okay, pick up the toes if you can. Maybe just one toe. Maybe just pick up one toe. There you go. Yes. Beautiful. One more breath here, wherever you are. If you're on the wall, push back into the wall. Get the arms really fired up. Come on, like you're there. Nice. And then from wherever you are, draw your hands down. Okay, remove your blocks, push them away, and then come down, down, down. Right? That's a big, scary posture. It really, really is. Okay. And did you try it? Then you did it. Okay. Let's call that. Okay. I hope you were curious there too. We're going to come on to your buttocks. Okay. And we're going to take a stretch here. We'll have one leg out long and the other heel up into the inner part of the thigh. If your knee is high here, okay, so if it's high, just use your block. Use your block to hold it up. Okay, just be there. Okay, fingertips to either side. We're going to take the heart, lift it through the crown of the head. Exhale. Nice. And then turn your torso towards the thigh. Turn your torso towards the thigh. Okay, so observing the chin and the shoulders. Observe the chin and the shoulders. Don't let them initiate the movement. Let the top of your pelvis initiate the movement. The head and shoulders will follow. They will. They will. They will. Okay, keep trying to strike that opposite hip down to the ground. Stay here for a breath. Exhale. Okay, now take the back hand, bring it in front of that long leg. Take your fingers, hook under your leg, either your calf, wherever you can get to. Okay, wherever you can get to. And then take your other arm, reach it up. So try to get as long in the spine here as possible, as wide in the rib cage as possible, and then start to lean over to that bent leg and take the arm with you. Okay, now you don't have to touch your toes, it doesn't really matter. It's about the journey. Inhale, lift. Okay, so I like this idea of pushing the elbow into the thigh, into the knee, so you can actually open up a little more into the rib cage. Again, don't let the hand just float. Be active with it. Okay, yeah, it might not reach your toes, but that's okay. It's still doing. Breath in, exhale. Okay, now take that elbow, so the one that's lifted up towards the ceiling, and then float it forward. Open up the back body. Take your time, but really stretch open. You can feel that little tug even in the lower spine. Then you take that arm, draw it down, lift up the other arm, and then roll onto the knee. Take this wild thing stretch. Oh, beautiful opening. Stay here for another breath. Exhale. Can you soften where you normally grip here? Nice. Look down at the ground. Two options to help yourself down. You can bring both hands to the ground, or you can just use that back arm to drop yourself evenly on the ground. Ooh. Okay, other side. Leg out, the other heel up into the calf. Again, if your knee is too far up, then put a block under it. Fingertips to either side. Inhale, lift. Okay, relax the face. And then turn your torso towards the top leg. Again, observe your head and shoulders here. They want to move forward. You're not leading with the head and shoulders. We're leading with the top of the pelvis. Take the opening there, okay, and walk yourself down. Eventually, the head and shoulders are going to come with you. Okay? Keep going, keep going. Stay here for a breath. Now take that back hand to the inside of that leg again. Take your fingers, hook under somewhere on the leg. Okay. And then take the other arm, reach it up. Can you get really wide here in the rib cage? That's your invitation then to take that side bend. You can reach your toe. Great. If you can't, that's okay. Lift up. Okay. Use your elbow inside, kind of as a counter to lift your heart even higher. Breath in, relax the jaw. And then take that elbow, ready? You're going to move it forward. Try to push it as far forward as possible. Take that stretch to the max. Ew, why not? Feels good. Let it float down, down, down. Bring that hand back under, rolling up onto the knee. Take the stretch. Okay. Ooh, wild thing. Lift, breathe. Good. Two options. You can bring your hand back down and help your body come down, or you can just bring that weight down with one arm and release. Ooh, give the legs a little love, love, love. Nicely done. All right, coming on to our backs now. Okay, so just taking ourselves back into relaxation, okay, back into kind of homeostasis, if you will, of the body.